update time. Sadly, I don't have the parts for the Skyline yet, but they are in the container and on the way to go. I ordered a whole front clip. As you can see, the Z got some nice new wheels. I actually found George Goes Drifting on the highway. He handed me a sticker at 75 miles an hour, so shout out to George Goes Drifting for handing me a sticker at 75 miles an hour. It's the sketchiest thing I've ever done.
Well, I haven't been updating as much as I should lately. I have been getting some work done on this car, but nothing too serious. You can see I got the front end all disassembled. I'm still waiting on my clip. It should be any day now, I'm hoping, at least, because the crate is in customs and they are going through it. And I can just pick it up at any time. It's only about a 4-hour drive for me, 5-hour drive, something like that, to go pick it up, or they'll ship it for free. They already reimbursed me money for shipping because it was taking so long, and they already gave me an even better deal on the clip because they had marked it as in stock before it was here. So when I had originally ordered it, I thought it was going to be a couple weeks. But anyway, I've been doing some small things, like I zip tied up the harness over here. Same thing you got to do on an S13. When you go and put coilovers on the car, you want to get it out of the fender well like that. I've taken off my damaged fender. I got this one right here up for sale. This is the clean fender. It does have a couple nicks on it, a couple scratches like that one right there that you can see, and you got paint transfer there and another scratch there, but it's nothing serious. And then I have a nice and clean headlight for sale as well. But it's been so long. You guys last knew that I destroyed the radiator in the accident. After watching Adam LZ's video of Nicole's car and them JB welding the radiator, I figured I'd give it a go, and I honestly daily drove this thing for about 3 weeks. JB welded with the radiator. I mean, the coolant looks like crap. Never really took a good look at it, see if it'll focus. I don't know why it won't. The lens is a little foggy, but coolant looks like crap. It always has. Ever since I got the car, it had some additive in it, and then it was straight water for a little while, so it rusted everything on the inside. I'm not keeping the motor, so I'm not worried about it. I don't know if I told you guys, but I ordered my clutch pedal from the same company. That already came. It's right here. Cleaned it up. Gave it a nice fresh coat of paint. The welds are all reinforced, and it was cracked in a little spot, so we had to fix that, but that's taken care of now. So today I'm going to be doing some small things. I'll probably take the radiator out. I might take apart this intake manifold because I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Underneath the master, I don't know if it's from slamming on the brakes during the accident or what, but in between the master and the booster, it's leaking, and it's actually bad enough. You can probably see down there. It's starting to get some surface rust on the frame rail, so I think today my goal is going to be to pull some of that stuff off. Like the intake manifold and stuff like that, so that I can get working on the car and I can take care of that frame rail right away before anything bad happens, because this car is spotless, and other than that, I mean, it's clean. And I am going to be painting the bay when I do when I pull the motor and everything, but I'm not really going to worry about it now. I'm just gonna undercoat up to the frame rail where it's rotted or surface rusting, and maybe spray some black paint over there or something. I'm just going to move the fuel filter, maybe unbolt the master, and take off the intake manifold, and then I should have enough room to get in there and actually work on it. So, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit when I start getting to that point. As of right now, I am just going to finish up this tucking of the harness real quick. It's nothing major that I have to do. I just want to get it close enough to where the fender fits and doesn't bend over it or bow out or anything. And then another thing I might get to today, you can see I have all this writing down here. It says out, 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 in, out. Those are all the points that I have to use a come-along or a ratchet strap or something and pull the back side of the radiator support out, so that when I drill all the spot welds, the radiator support comes out straight, so that I know the new one's going to go in straight. And as you can see, my hood latch is destroyed, doesn't move. You can literally see the bend, which is kind of crazy. But I'm going to get working on everything else now. I'm just going to finish up tucking the harness, which I'm not going to show you guys, but once I start pulling the intake manifold and stuff like that, I'll definitely pull out and record. However, my battery's about to die, so I'm going to throw it on the charger, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Alright, so now that I finished tucking this harness right here, got everything nice and tight. It's about as tight as it's going to get up to the fender. I didn't test fit the fender yet, but looking at it from the side of the car, it looks like it's going to work. So, I guess I'm going to start ripping off this intake manifold. I'll probably start with the throttle cable right here and work my way back and try and get as much room as I can to get down there and fix that rust. I did take a trip to the local parts store, got myself some rubberized undercoat and some 400 grit sandpaper. So I might do both sides. However, I'm just going to start with this side today. I want to do the whole frame rail and undercoat, just to give it a once over and not have to worry about anything afterwards. I mean, I am just going to go gloss black in the engine bay, nothing special. And the car's going gloss white, single stage, also nothing special. So I guess I'm going to get started. So I'll get back to you guys in a second. I could start with the MAF, like literally right now, but I'll pull the MAF and I'll pull this whole intake tube setup, and I'll see what I'm working with after that, so I'll catch back up with you guys in a minute. Alright, so I got the intake tube off. I pulled the air box the other day. I got the intake itself sitting over there by the fender. I left the MAF on one piece, pulled it all in one piece. Just had to pull that bracket there, those two hoses, take all the wires for the plugs off. Other than that, looks like I just got to pull the top half of the intake manifold down, so I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. Well, I took a different approach and I pulled the master instead. I'll show you over here. You can actually see where it was leaking over here through where the booster is. See, it's lifting all the paint there. And then as you look further down, you can see all the surface rust on the frame rail. Let me see if I can get the focus on it. I'm sorry, my focus is so loud. Right there, looks perfect. Yeah, so I'm going to try and get rid of all of that stuff down there. I'm going to repaint the booster black, sand it down. I'm going to pull this fuel filter out of the way and move these lines and wrap them up so that they don't get more brake fluid all over the place. And I'll probably pull that little block out down there for the rear brake line. That way I can move the line out of the way and actually get at that frame rail in the corner and everything. I think once I move this fuel filter, though, I should be in good shape. So I'm going to get to that. I'm going to go finish trim blacking the windshield wipers. I was doing that just as I was doing everything else, just to get shit done. So I'm going to find something to tape these lines up with so they don't make a mess. And then I'm going to start getting everything out and prepping up the booster and stuff like that, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so I'm pretty much all set to go. All I gotta do is clean up that frame rail and this booster. I'm gonna use some of that this purple power concentrate right here. I'm gonna mix it up pretty strong. Just use a brush to clean up the flakes, and then I'm gonna hit it with some 400 by hand, and then spray some overcoat over it. So I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. Well, I found out my engine bay is white, and I also undercoated the rail. Well, I actually did both rails, only the underside of them. I did the inside of this one, obviously, because that's where all the surface rust was. But when I pull the motor, I'll continue it out all the way down on both rails. And I already did the floor pan and the rails on both sides. It's all drying now. But I did find out that my engine bay was white, so I'm going to keep cleaning that, and I'm going to end it on that. I'm not going to show you guys me cleaning more of the engine bay, but expect it to look like that relatively soon. Look at that color difference. Holy crap. That's what I'm leaving you guys on, is that color difference right there. So, with that being said, I I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.